It's not the rank and file, it's the leadership of the union.
And it's not all,
but they're going to do what the union tells them. I have a son-in-law who's in the union, okay? And this is true classic. No matter how much I yelled and talked to them about what was going on, their comment was, union keeps them in a job. They will vote the way the union votes. So I asked about my stepdaughter-in-law, and I said, okay, question, how are you going to vote? And whatever my husband tells me to, I don't pay attention.
oh my.
But that is 35-year-old college-educated kids that don't give a damn because
it's a slave mentality.
And I'm telling you, it's out there. I'm driving this morning. I called her and because I'm going to take my grandkids out. We're going to go to a bowling alley later. And I said, she said, what are you doing? I said, well, I am going down here because I am going to a group, and I don't know much about it yet, but I said it's about the health care. Well, what about the health care bill? What's going on with it? So I started telling them, oh, well, I don't like that. And they go, do you still not read the newspapers? Do you, and
well, even if they read the newspaper, that's a problem.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, even though hollering at them and trying to talk to them, it makes no difference. It has not affected them yet enough.
One thing we got to remember, one, liberalism is not a political viewpoint. It is a religion with these people. It is a deeply held, try to talk with them. Well, I don't want to damage our friendship. I'm not going to discuss politics with you. Not because they have no arguments and they know it.
That's what I say. We have no friendship any longer if you're that big of an idiot.
Right.
All they can do is scream at us when we're standing on the side of the
And
corner.
basically,
F you,
it's
push
a
us
slave.
off and stuff. It's like that's the best argument you can come
That's
up
it.
with.
That's all they've got.
It's a slave master's belief. Mass will give you food, food stamps, so forth. Mass take care of your health. Hire doctors, vets take care for you. Health care. Mass give you a house over your head. Housing projects, Fannie Mae, the rest of this going on. It's a slave mentality. Mass will take care of you. You just do what Mass says. Don't cause no trouble.
Well, remember, politics starts at home.
Maybe if you're real good, you get to live up in the big house with the Mastin's family.
I'm going to go buy the book after struggling living it.
Okay, as far as Mass is supplying us doctors and nurses, okay, in the healthcare bill, they're setting aside money for English-speaking classes because the doctors and nurses they're going to hire is not U.S. citizens.
No, they're
it's
Indian,
not going to be somebody who
Well, but they're going to be so
many.
they're going to make sure that the minority is going to represent the population.
Yes.
So that means 13–14% of all are going to be minority, or whatever, 25% now. Oh, maybe 30%.
The thing that scares me most right now is the number of people talking armed insurrection. This scares the hell out of me. The combat vets know what armed insurrection is. They know the smell, the sound, the feel, the sight. They know the terror, the stink of a friend torn in half by incoming. The sound of the dying and the wounded. They know what war is, and that's what you're talking about. So anytime you hear somebody say, armed insurrection, I'll just take my gun. You dumb son of a bitch. Wait till the day it happens, and you'll pray to God it hadn't.
Americans are not known for starting things, but we are known for
finishing them.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
So
we won't start it, but we will finish it.
Start it. That's what scares me.
And it's coming because Obama has told his minions and the union to go out and create problems, and we had one at the Harry Mitchell's office.
Which was that?
He was videotaping people with a hood over his head.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh no, somebody snatched the hood off his head to see who he was.
Yeah.
And he called the police and tried to get an assault charge against the guy. The police just kind of laughed at him.
Right.
So they are out there, and they are going to be out there on Monday. And they're going to be out there in force.
Everyone needs to really be careful because they are going to try. Really, I don't foresee them not trying.
Looks like most of you kids.
You want to know how to make them real mad? Don't say one word to them. Turn your back. We used that method at the Day Labor Center one day, and the reporters were literally cutting off their own feet because they were saying stuff trying to provoke us to get us to respond. And that's exactly what they're going to do down there on Monday.
We need to make sure there is no incident because it would be a wonderful opportunity to make America look bad.
Well, if anybody gets killed in any of these things, you're going to blame it on the conservatives.
The thing to keep in mind is the guys my age, the over 70s.
Yeah.
These thugs, you'll see them coming. Just the way they walk gives them away. Get between them and the crowd. One of them says, get on my radar, Pops. Those kids in the crowd, they got their cameras, their phones. There's this young, tough, SUIE or Acorn shirt knocking down a 70-year-old vet.
I'm sorry, I would not be able to hold back.
I can't. I can't because I know the damage that was doing. I was ready to lay down my life for this country.
That'd be my limit.
No.
That'd be my limit.
I'm ready to blame them. I think all the vets here are. They call on you, and I damn well every one of you stand up. If it means you die for it, we die for it. Well, it's a lot harder to live sometimes. Going down on my ass, maybe breaking my ass. Some thug. Front page of the papers in this country does a lot more for this country than my not.
Well, I agree, totally.
It's not easy, but it's what the old timers have got to do. We are tools. We're still weapons. Our most devastating weapon is psychological. These thugs are perceived by the majority of America, even the press, that supports all this. Suddenly comes to the conclusion that the people we're fighting are the thugs, are the brown shirts. Sides will change. Getting knocked in your ass can be more effective than gunning down 200 of these thugs.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No gunfire. That would be the absolute.
Oh, that would be
the absolute.
That's where
worst
it turns.
thing.
That's where it turns into war.
And here's one of their tricks.
That doesn't mean that you can't use a little stunner.
Be aware of this trick. Ed Pastor used this friggin' trick. He walked up to people at that million people march in the Capitol, and what he does is he gets right up in your face and he stands on your feet. And he'll rail at you and call you a racist, and you want to push him off your feet. The media sees that. They don't see him standing on your feet. And they're going to use that trick on you.
Crying out in pain going to your knees kind of brings attention to it, doesn't it?
Immediately.
If somebody gives me a push like this, I'm going down.
Ass over teacup.
Ass over teacup and crying in pain.
And screaming for an ambulance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you know damn well that son of a bitch just beat up that poor old vet.
You bet.
This is how I plan to fight it. If it comes down, I'm a qualified sniper. It comes down to it, okay. Pray to God.
It works in the NFL and it works in the NBA, so why shouldn't it work on the streets?
But I don't want to go there.
Well, you know, I've said I wouldn't carry one of these big meetings only because it could get you in trouble. Somebody takes it away from you. And I'll carry everywhere else, but when the meeting comes, I leave in the car.
I got my CCW right here.
Yeah.
I don't open carry at the big ones.
Yeah.
This is all
No, a little stunner works nice. But no fire. You can make him do the funky cockroach.
Well, you know, the other thing would be is as those bear, what the hell they call them? The thing that you shoot on a bear is charging you, gas. Pepper spray. Bear spray. Really knock a 800 pound bear off.
Probably a good idea. Some pepper spray. Once they start pushing these hoses around.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure that's against the law.
Well, you think it is?
Be aware that we've been in this long enough. We know that the Phoenix police are not going to protect you and me because they are on the other side. We watched it at the Day Labor Center and every other demonstration. We've had 12 to 13 assaults against citizens and no complaints filed against citizens. The attacks have all been on citizens. The sheriff is a good man. The sheriff will stand up and
I think his
defend.
guys will too.
You bet they will. And they hate the Phoenix police.
But you know,
you got to ask the Phoenix Police Department when you see a Phoenix policeman. You ask them directly, "Are you a member of plea?" And if they say no, then they are not on our side, folks, because the 80% of the police that are on our side are members of the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, and they work under Mark Spencer. And Mark Spencer should be the chief of